So the other day, my little brother, that's baby of the house, was speaking, and I noticed how deep his voice was. And my head was like, I can't remember the last time I had a man with a deep voice. It seems like everybody is singing on soprano. Like, why am I talking to a man and I'm hearing that soft whisper at the end of your voice? Like, I'm like, hey, what's up? And you're like, hey, what's up? What happened to the bars? What happened to the bars? I feel like because men do like simple work these days, and this is not me trying to drag men. And before you say I'm a bitter person, relax. I am not. This is just based on my observation and my opinion. I feel like because back in the days, there are men working in the factories, there's more smoke, inhaling, it kind of affect their vocal cords. But these days, it's like everybody's like, Muna, clock it. You tell a man clock it, he clock it too. What happened to the bars? There are not even bass singers in the church anymore. I can't remember the last time I went to a church and I actually found a bass singer. There are more men in soprano. So please, before a man enters into the room, is his voice that will first enter. But now I don't know how men suddenly started sounding more soprano-ish. I don't know if they're falsetto singers, more falsetto singers. Men have lost their. In fact, I can't remember the last time I saw a man with Adam Apple. What is happening? Are the genes getting affected? Are men balling too much? I feel like we should give men more work so they can be strong, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand what you mean. No, you know when you said you haven't been seeing people with bass voice for a very long period of time, you have to be specific. You know, how will I say this? Everybody in this our generation now tends to want to push up their voices. A lot of people have bass voices, but then you want to. I don't want people to know I have bass voice or my voice.
But bass voice is actually sexy for me. Like,
okay, bass voice is actually sexy for you. I have a friend, right, in the university then, that has a bass voice, and this is how his bass voice sounds like. Say, I don't like what that guy do, but I will just.
There's a difference.
He's not forcing
There's
it.
a difference between somebody that smokes Igbo.
No, this guy doesn't smoke
somebody that
Igbo.
has a bass voice.
That's the point. He doesn't smoke Igbo. If you see this guy, you know this guy na holy man. Let me use the word holy man. But he has that voice from 100 level. He had that bass voice. And he doesn't know how to speak loud, you understand, but he has a bass voice. And there are people who speak loud too at the same time. I have a loud voice, but my loud voice is what they call mature loud voice. Okay. And there are people who have teen voice. There are people who have normal voice, you understand. But most times people mistake loud voice for bass. And yeah, let me give you the bass. It's not bass, it's bass. You did say bass the last time, right? You said bass is not.
It's not joking. You don't make bad voice.
So generally, we men do have a lot of men have bass voice, but
in my opinion, I don't think they do.
A lot of women don't sing sexy anymore, as you said. A lot of women don't. No. See,
literally, a man's voice can be so thick that a woman is like, damn, I want him. Yeah. But these days, it's like everybody's on soprano. Like, why is everything on a low key?
Let me ask you a question first of all before you proceed, right? What voice is Davido?
Raspy. I feel his voice is raspy, like, when you have a crack voice.
What voice is Kiss Daniel?
Do you know people could have a singing voice and a speaking voice?
Have you seen? Okay, good. Have you had them speaking? Most of these celebrities now. Have you?
Yeah, I feel like Kiss Daniel has like a bass voice.
Okay, he has a bass voice, but then when you listen to his music, what does he give? Soprano or something different from that?
He gives alto.
He gives alto. Okay, very good. So let us give it alto. It's still female voice, right? So this is the thing here, right? They have those voices, but then it's in music terms. A lot of men give you their musical voice. Let me use that word. I have a friend that when you hear him sing, you'll be like, wow, this guy is good. But then when he speaks to you without singing voice, you'll be like, guy, you sound like a woman, and you're all like, please speak like a man. I've met a lot of people who meet him and they are like, this your friend speaks like a woman. But when they hear his voice, they are like, his voice on record, they're like, this guy has a good voice and he can sing. You understand? So I'll just say generally the world keeps revolving. The more the world keeps revolving, things change. The way we work then is different from the way we work now.
Or maybe because women work harder. How about that? Because I feel like there are women with more
So wait,
voice.
are you
Like,
trying to say
my voice is thick and commanding.
Okay,
I feel like
okay.
because women are occupying more territories and more positions.
So now-
and this is not me trying to be gender biased.
No,
because
you're not trying, I understand. You're not trying
guys-
to be gender biased.
I'm just being
now,
realistic.
your whole point is that it's the level of how women work that is now.
Yeah, because
making the
women of
voice.
these days carry a lot of responsibility.
Have
And
you
you know,
been to Lagos?
of course I've been to Lagos.
Have you seen an Abiru?
Of course I've
What
seen
voice do they have?
Igbo voice.
Okay. Why I brought that is that they have bass voice. Even if they don't really have the bass voice, but once you're in Lagos, you get bass. Sorry, bass. You see a word of bass on the enter by bass balls. So they get big. When you reach Lagos, even me, the first time I went to Lagos, my voice changed.
Okay.
You decrease. Now who you want try that thing for? If I so there's this way you tend to want to just
Then you're
give
driving
that
to my point.
bass voice is
Your
an
environment, I
intimidating
feel like
word.
you guys
It's an
are
intimidating voice. Sorry.
No, we love it. It's
You love it is because you love it because you want a man to feel superior, or should I say? Yeah, that's the point.
Hold on.
That's the reason why
That's
you
not
love
what
it.
I mean. I mean,
Okay,
it just makes you feel like, I'm speaking to a man. For someone like me that has all male siblings, I tend to be a bit territorial.
You
Or
feel secure when they have bass voice.
no, be the one.
That's the point of it.
It's just like when you're speaking to a girl, you're like, oh my god, her voice is very soft. It like, draws you to
Do you know
her.
I find it weird when girls actually speak in a very tiny voice, and some people will expect to say, you have a nice voice. In my mouth, I'll be like, you have a tiny voice.
You're just being a hater.
I'm not being a hater.
You're being a hater.
It's just
You're
funny.
being a
It's just funny when a
hater.
girl
Because
speaks
why
like-
did a girl that speaks softly?
Wait.
be
You know what
weird?
ladies do now? Like, my name is Jane. And I'm
that's
like,
not the
why
way
why is your voice
sounds,
inside? Can you not speak as normal as you're speaking? Like, be you.
Sure. I still stand Gidigba on my point that
Okay.
these days men sound more like soprano. Where
I still
the-
stand on my point that men do not sound like soprano is because they want to sound like soprano.
After-
A man can actually switch his voice, but women find it hard to switch their voice. Can you switch your voice?
I
to
do
bass?
switch my voice. I could switch my
Okay,
voice.
switch your voice to bass.
How fun, how na do?
That was acting.
How fun, how na do?
If people should hear that, they will laugh at you because they will be like, okay, you're pretending to have a bass voice.
So
It
why
is
why not the men take their responsibility? As you said, environment, you say like if you stay in Lagos for quite a bit, your voice could change. So I feel like
Your
men
voice
are,
will change because if
you are in your
when
comfort zone too much.
when you're
Leave
in
that
traffic
place.
and one
Exactly. You are not stressed enough. Why?
So you want a man to
Yes,
be stressed. Can you imagine? You want
be
a man to be
stressed a bit.
stressed, but you don't want to be stressed.
Of course. I beg.
Araye.
I beg. Why should I want to
But
be
that's not
stressed?
fair now. You can't just say a man should be stressed and a woman
should
not
be stressed.
So
I'm
men
sorry.
should take all the responsibilities. That's what you're saying.
I mean, I wouldn't
Not the
mind.
responsibility. Okay, you won't mind, but then you want equality.
Equality doesn't mean men shouldn't take all the responsibility.
Oh, wow.
mean, I'm not a believer of what a man can do, a woman can do. Let the man do it all.
So the man
Let
can
him
do
do
it
it all.
better.
Yes, I feel like God created women to help men that are responsible. In the sense that when you bring the money, my own responsibility is
to
to
eat
chop
it.
the money.
Okay.
You build a fine house. My own work is like, okay, babe, let's bring in that Indian wallpaper.
So you fall under the category that once the man is no more, then what will you do?
When the man is no more, continue they chop the money where you keep for bank.
No, what if he did not keep any money? That's the point.
Next caller.
So you move next to the next person.
So were you he was trying to impress me with the bass voice there, and did you leave that boy with a soprano voice today? He will stress you. You see the one with the bass voice. Come on, you stress a year. Leave that one with soprano voice. Don't say I didn't tell you. It's gonna stress you.